Good Sunday morning, race day morning. I missed Monaco. I overslept. Didn't wake up in time to see that. Did see Daniel Ricciardo did win it. Good for him. He got robbed in 2016. Now the redemption for him and Red Bull today. Indy 500 coverage is playing in the background. Race doesn't start for a while. A lot of pre-race. It's probably the only time I watch an IndyCar race all year. And then we have the World 600, or as the kids call it, the Coca-Cola 600, later on tonight. It's going to be a TV race day. Wife's not too thrilled about it. She doesn't like racing all that much. She's already in her bedroom, watching a movie. Um, oh well, one day a year that I watch a lot of racing. I don't watch nearly as much racing as I want to, unless it's on the PC. Um, so that's that. I'm going to watch the Indy 500, and then I'm going to watch the World 600 tonight, and that's the way it's going to be. Um, sorry, put my foot down on that one. Anyway, lots of new hot lapping up at Stenad. He did post a 60 lap challenge for Coca-Cola 600 with the 88 cars, Aero 88 mod, but the ratings are so far off. Even at 110%, I am almost 2 seconds quicker than they are. So, don't know if I'm actually going to run the race, because I can just take off and run around right behind the AI and stay ahead of them. You know what I mean? Anyway, lots of other good little challenges up there. I posted one for Monaco for our R Factor, the 2016 configuration with 2016 F1 cars. Easiest mod to find, easiest mod to download, best looking tracks, even though you have to sign up and jump through a little hoop to get the tracks, because they are now, they like to get paid, but they're not asking you paid for their old stuff. They're the best looking F1 tracks on R Factor. WCP, I think, is the site. They do a nice job. That's why I like them. I have their 2015 track set, which I don't even think is available anymore. Good looking stuff. When you run that, I got it set for full damage. You know, you can clip the nose wings off of that real easy. I probably did, well, it says I did 12 laps. I probably did 4 or 5 complete total laps in that, and at minute 41 is my fastest lap, and I just saw the fastest lap for the real guys was a minute 16. A long way to go to figure out how to go faster on that track with those cars if I ever want to figure it out. Maybe a personal challenge to get within 10 seconds of their speeds, if it's at all possible with R Factor. I know sometimes reality, the Sims do not reflect reality all that well, but I'll find out. That's just a tough track to get around for anyone who doesn't do it for a living like those guys do. I don't know how they get a minute 16 unless there's sections of the sim track that are actually longer than the real thing, which could be. You know, sim tracks are not perfect. Some of them are too short, some of them are too long, some of the curve radiuses aren't, turn radius, curve radius, whatever you want to call it, aren't accurate. But we get to do it. It's one of the neat things is we actually get to do it. It's fun. But that's the way that is. Not a whole hell of a lot going on. Sunday morning, got work around the house again. Already did a bunch of stuff. That's why this is why this is late. I've actually been up for almost an hour and a half, and it's the first chance I've had to sit down to collect my thoughts and post my blog. A lot of other little things going on here, there, and everywhere, and it's just, you know, finding 10 minutes to run this out, think of something to say, and there's my beautiful wife in the background.
I need your help.
She needs my help. And
When you're done.
Yeah, when I'm done, I'll come in and give you help. Give me about another 5 more minutes, honey. Love you.
Yep, I love you.
She's mad at me because I'm watching racing. That's funny. Um, but now I have something else to do. Add to the list of things I have to do. I don't even know what she's asking me to do. Probably she can't find something on Netflix, more than likely. Or the Roku player back there doesn't want to work, and I have to figure out why not. It's more than likely the case. Um, so,
But did you tell him that I'm also going to a race tonight?
and he's going to Brooklyn, Iowa to watch figure eight racing with his dad. So, he's going to miss the World 600 to watch cars smash into each other, which, the kids all seem to prefer that anyway as opposed to clean racing. I don't know. That's just the opinion I
I just
have.
see cars wreck. I'm
See,
just a demolition expert.
yep, see, he likes to watch them wreck. He doesn't like to watch them actually race. He likes to watch them wreck. So there you go. That's the way the young are. They rather see carnage than clean, good racing, which is what I prefer. I'd rather not see a car get wrecked. I'd rather not see a driver get a chance of getting hurt. I just like good, clean racing. Figure eight racing is anything but clean racing. As far as I'm concerned, I just think it's a reason to hurt yourself, honestly. Um, Unfortunately, it's a big popular thing around here in Iowa. There are quite a number of figure eight tracks, and that's one of them in Brooklyn, Iowa, which is north of here, about an hour and a half or so, maybe 2 hours. It's up in between Waterloo and Dubuque. I've been by it a few times. I've not actually been in that particular track. That's one of the few tracks that I actually live close to that I've not actually seen up close. I've seen a lot of them, but that one I used to live up in Waterloo and not ever made it there. I made it to Independence, seen that track, in Knoxville, of course, a few times. Not for the big event, but I've been there for local events, and that's a fun track to go to if you're ever in Iowa on a Saturday night and have really nothing to do and you're within the vicinity of Knoxville. Go watch a race there. The races there, they're fun. They're a lot of fun. Wing sprint cars, 420s and 360s, I think is what they run mostly. 4th of July, if you're there, and they still do it. I think they do. They run a special event with fireworks, which I've been to a couple times, which was cool when I lived down there. There's a lot of cool things. They did tear down one track in the last 5 years, unfortunately, and that was at the state fair, which is I have no words for that. They tore it down to make room for parking, I think, which is sad. But, really sad because it was one of the older tracks in the state, and they had to tear it out just to have more parking. Sad, very sad. And the Indy 500 announcements are going on right now, so I'm going to be turning this off here in a minute because the race will be starting here soon. I got to go help her before she goes do that, before it starts. So, life is such. There's good old Danica Patrick. A lot of people like her. A lot of people think she's friendly. I met her, kind of quasi-met her once, and she was very rude, so whatever. Yeah, I hope she doesn't win. Sorry, High Bank. That's the way it is. Other than that, hot lapping going on. Got some other things I want to play with. I want to play with a set of courses some more. There is a review I like to write about that, but I like to actually spend more than the 5 hours Steam says I played on it. I have a lot of good ideas and a lot of thoughts on it that I like to share with the world that I can't in a 10-minute blog. So, that's the way that is. I'll probably type it up and definitely post it at the knot. Maybe copy it over to, I need to shave too. Look at that, all fuzzy. And maybe at race department, because I started out as primarily as an oval racer, and I've moved on to road courses and doing all that fun stuff, which to me is quite a challenge. And I'm not the greatest driver in the world. I'll freely admit that, but I give it my best, and if it's not good enough, then it's good enough for me. I mean, I always try to do my best. And I know every time I post a hot lap, I gave it the best shot I could. And that's the way that is. So, and there's 10 minutes. I babbled on for 10 minutes. Yay. Anyway, didn't sleep through my alarms this morning. I did actually get up on the second of the third of the 3 alarms, and that there is all right. That's 9:20 in the morning. Seems late, but when you work second shift and you don't get home till 1 o'clock in the morning, and you actually don't fall asleep till almost 3, sometimes 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock, it's not that late. I know a lot of people sleep in later who work second shift. Some of them sleep till 2 o'clock in the afternoon because they stay up all night. I don't do that. Anyway, smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast.